Good afternoon. Had a thought. I want to share it, so I'm going live. I'm really big into technology and new technology coming on, and one of the things now is AI, also known as artificial intelligence. And I find that there's so much misunderstanding about AI and technology in general. I find that nothing changed. If you look back throughout history, every time there's a new invention, technology, people, are scared and say the world's coming to the end. Think about the engine. Think about the printing press. Think about the wheel. Think about the phone book, the smartphone. We can go on and on and on. Every time there's a new technology, people lose their minds. So I think as business owners, we have to just calm down. Yes, a new technology is going to change things. There's going to be a change in the way business works. It may cause some things to fade away, but that's technology. It always is making things better. Take the car. So cars are great. They can move you in place from A to B. You can get around. You can have a better life. All that stuff. But there's also a downside. There's drunk driving. And there are other issues that happen with cars, pollution, and so on. And so I think in many ways that technology is a double-edged sword, but I believe that many times the benefit outweighs the negative. Going back to the small business owner, there was somebody that owned a business that said, "Why would people want to call my business to find out my hours, my service or products, when they can come to my store and they can view my products, services, and so on?" So there's always that business owners that's scared to embrace technology, whether that's the fax machine, whether that's an email address, whether that's getting a website. There's always that person that stops, and that's a pattern I think as business owners we have to stop. And it's not about technology. Technology is always going to change, always going to um, find some new way, but it's about staying in line with your customers, staying in communication with your customers. And if we look back the last few years, there's been so many retailers that have gone out of business, from Toys R Us, Bed Bath& Beyond, Montgomery Ward. We can go on and on and on. And I believe that companies go out of business for a variety of reasons, but the main reason is, I believe, sales, marketing, and the biggest one is they lose communication with their customers. I'll say it again. The quickest way to go out of business is to lose communication with your customers, to communicate in a way that they no longer like. So I'll take that into the present. If you're a company, if you own a food truck and you don't take credit cards, you're not keeping up with technology. So your customers slowly but surely are going to shift away. So that's what technology does, because especially after the pandemic, we were all home. We were ordering food on our phone, all of these things. So even now, more your customers love technology, and they are seeking out companies that are digital savvy. So if you are not digital savvy, they're gonna leave. And the latest thing is AI. You should be finding ways to integrate AI into your business to help it run smoother, to help it run faster, to automate routine tasks. So now's the time to be investing and testing in AI and new technologies. Why? Because that's what your customers want. And I believe in the next, let's say 12 to 18 months, the gap between the companies that are digital savvy and are not is only going to widen. And my fear is that companies that are resisting digital transformation are going to fade away and die. And the companies that are going to win are the companies that are using technology to stay in communication with their customers. I give an example of a few years back. I call this the pre-smartphone stage. So back in 2006, we all had phones and they weren't smart yet. They were dumb phones. You might have a flip phone, a Motorola phone, and at the time those phones were good. But I remember in 2007 when the iPhone came out, and immediately, right away, everything changed. Every phone became obsolete. Every phone was then trying to be an iPhone clone, with apps, with the app store, with music, pictures and videos, all those things. And instantly, Motorola, instantly Blackberries all were obsolete. I believe we're in that same stage now. So your business has months to make that switch and that change, because when this digital adoption, digital change continues to go on, those companies are going to be left behind. So now is the time to invest in technology, to experiment with AI, because you don't want to be on the fence 5, 10 years from now. So you know what? I saw this guy on YouTube, on social media, on Facebook, talking about digital adoption and technology advancements, and I ignored him. So don't be that person. Don't let your company fail. The best way to stay in business is to continue to be digital savvy and continue to find more ways to stay in line with your customer. And that goes beyond apps and AI. But even in your business, staying in line with your customers is how you're going to build a business that prospers and goes forward. And the last thing, and I'll get out of here, is that you want to build for your future customer. I'll say it again. You want to build for your future customer. So your customers right now, that's fine. But guess what? You have baby boomers, you have Generation X, you have Gen Z, all of these go on. So you have to find ways to use technology to speak to all of these customers. So don't be so enamored with new technology that you ignore your older demographic. They're still there. Make sure that you are finding ways to speak to all of them. But what I can tell you, even in the older demographics, if you're 8 or 80, you still are digital savvy. You still are going to Google to find stuff. You're still using AI and other tools. So, still, technology has to be a piece no matter what your customers are. And you have to find ways to grow with your customers. I'll say it again. Find ways to grow with your customer. Your customer is going to change. Last story, I promise, and I'll stop preaching. My father was a minister, so I like to preach. Last thing I want to say, I heard an interview a few years back with the CEO of Toys R Us, and he blamed the failing business. I can't believe this, on their customers. That their customers had changed, and that their customers were now shopping online with Amazon and other retailers. To me, that is crazy. I hear that a lot from business owners. They blame their customers for their business failing. You didn't like our food. You didn't like our service, our products. You left. No, going back to Toys R Us, they had me. I was a Toys R Us kid. They had their customer. They had that name. What they failed to do was keep up with technology, e-commerce, and other tools. And what happened? Slowly but surely, they lost their customer base. So you have to be sure to use technology to grow with your customers, because that's the way that you can make sure that your business is always there. So hope that helps somebody. Just want to use some tips. It's not about technology, not about the latest tool, the latest app, the latest cell phone, but it's about using technology to stay in line with your customers. All right. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.